Hey guys, so I heard I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, which was really interesting to hear. And I get it. I'm back in from golf today and have, nice life, all this. Yeah, I get it. But it was funny to hear that. There's a lot of takeaways for us all from it, right? It was funny, not just because I remember being in low income housing on Bonita Road across the street from McDonald's growing up, and not only because I remember 2017 when I had no money in the bank. Excuse me, not 2017. My gosh, 2007. Big difference. 2017 was a lot better. I remember 2007 though, when I had not a dime in the bank, went to pay my rent, couldn't pay the rent, had to do it out of a credit card check. So anyway, I heard I had a silver spoon. And why? Well, because people like to make it about more than what it is. Success is not about people want to try to find like reasons, and it's a crutch for one's own thinking on or validation of why oneself isn't where they want to be, right? But the thing is that no matter what you say, no matter what you want to think, it's impossible to make it about more than consistency, more than taking action, making the right bets, analyzing an opportunity and a problem in the right way, choosing the right path more often than not, and absolutely failing along the way, but having the tenacity, the grit, the willpower, the work velocity to keep at it consistently over years. And people want to make it about a lot more than that. And here's what's interesting though, I think just some takeaways when we're in a judgment zone. And especially because we're going into the new year, and I'm thinking not just about business, but how are we as parents? Okay. Number one, actually kind of putting on the other shoe, one of the things to be aware of is there could be somebody that was born with a silver spoon, right? The money, the cars, the houses, all that stuff. But here's the thing. I realized that is not the silver spoon. Because that person, and I'll tell you what is, because in fact, I think these people that said I was born with a silver spoon, I think they might have been right, but in a different way than they thought. Here's the thing, that person that was born with that silver spoon, with the house, the cars, the money, all that stuff, careful in judging that, because the reality is that their parents may have had a toxic household. Their parents may have torn them down, beat up on their self-esteem, not encouraged them, not built them up the way that I hope to do so with my kids, the way you probably hope to do with yours, right? And so it doesn't matter how much money you come from. That is not being born with a silver spoon. And on the flip side of that, I'm realizing I was, in fact, born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I'm wondering if you might have been as well. Because as part of Thanksgiving weekend, I want to be thankful to my parents. I think the silver spoon I was born in is, despite the fact that I was born in low-income housing, or actually I was born in Mexico City, but then when we came to San Diego, I was 3 years old, and I remember being 4, 5, 6 years old and being in low-income housing. I remember being at the point where my dad had something happen in his work life, and things got tight and things got hard, and we were about to move them back to Mexico City. I remember 2007 when I had no money in the bank, and I went to go try to make that rent payment only to find out I couldn't. And thank God that credit card check showed up in the mail. So anyway, I remember all those things, yet I think I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and it's my parents. It is the love and the consistent building up of my confidence, their complete focus, their attention, their friendship. Those things matter so much. And so as parents going into 2021, let's be thankful, first of all, to our parents if we received that. Let's perhaps be thankful to our parents if we didn't. Because I'm sure you have an incredible story that, if you're on a group like this, has probably motivated you into success, right? So you're the type of person that's going to take from your adversary, take from the trouble, the hard spots in your life, and you're going to make something of it. So I'm going to take this opportunity to be thankful to my parents for that. And also, though, to think about the future, think about my children, think about the impact that I'm making. Little things Little things, right? It's just the word choices we use when we tell our kids, when our kid makes some kind of mistake, and how do we make them feel about it? How do we make them feel? Do we celebrate the mistake? Do we celebrate the fact that they actually tried to get something done? Or do we make them feel kind of stupid? Because again, that silver spoon in our mouth that we're born with and not born with, like I said, it is, I think that silver spoon is really just the love we receive from parents. And so mom and dad, if you're watching, thank you, love you. And I'm going to be very conscious of that going into 2021. As a side note, those of us that like to judge others for having silver spoons in their mouth, let's make sure it's not a nasty reflection of our own, right? Anytime we judge somebody, it's about ourselves. So you're talking about something you don't have, you wish you had, you esteem to have, right? So be careful with it. Plus, you might be talking about someone who, yeah, on the surface of it, there's cash there, there's money there, all those things. But man, they might have been beat up by their parents. And by the way, that might have even been physically, right? They might have been verbally, physically, and who knows what other way. So don't judge. Take care of your kids. Go kiss them. Go love them. Make sure you just annoy the shit out of them, telling them how much you love them. And happy Thanksgiving, as it is still that time, and it's going to be a time of reflection as we build for this coming year. Anyway, guys, Dan Beer here, Beer Home Team, eXp Realty in San Diego. If I could be of any help, you just give the word. Hey, let me know what you think about that. Leave a comment below. And if you want to grab a strategy call with me, just hit up strategycallwithdan.com.